Welcome everybody in my YouTube channel, and I have a great pleasure to have here Heena. She is Indian, and she will tell more about, in this very, I would say, exciting agile interview, more about her background and her entrepreneurial journey, and also about regenerative medicine. So, but I like to spoil it, so I will start with the first exciting question. There are 3 questions in this agile interview. So the first question, which I'd like to ask you about taking a self-reflection on your interdisciplinary education path from bachelor in chemistry, which was accomplished in India, to regenerative medicine biotech company based in Netherlands. So what personally motivated you to follow such educational path? So from from chemistry to biology.
If I think about it, if I could think back what actually happened, I was always interested in all things biology. So it would be zoology, botany. I was always interested in these. But when I asked around my mentors, when I had to finally make a decision what I have to do for university education, I asked around, and most of them pointed out chemistry would have been a better choice because better job in the labor market in India. And I took their advice and I did follow up chemistry, which I also enjoyed, by the way. But when I did finish the education and entered into the labor market, I felt like, oh, I could actually also work in the fields of biology with my chemistry degree. And I wish that someone would have told me that. But it's just nice that I realized it very soon. And that's when my past companies have been mostly analytical companies in the chemical direction. But now that I've joined Nestic Labs, it is a mix of biology and technology, so a biotech lab automation company, which helps a lot of which also helps regenerative medicine as well in their breakthrough discoveries. So I really feel at home with this decision at the moment, and I'm very excited what am I going to do in the coming years in this field.
Thanks a lot also for sharing your experience. A lot of people which are biologists like me always wonder, how from chemistry you can in a way develop yourself into entrepreneur or entrepreneur in terms of also regenerative medicine, so still biology. But I always bring people great example, of Professor Robert Langer, which is all the way now at MIT, and he's been many times asked by also receiving a master in chemistry, what chemists can learn about biology, and he became very successful actually in biomedical or bioengineering. So I think it's great to show people that you can have background in chemistry and you can still successfully develop in regenerative biology or in biology. So thanks a lot for sharing it. And now we're moving, since I already mentioned that you are Indian, and I think that's what directly connects you. Of course, it's when we talk on this channel also about entrepreneurship, it's Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem or innovative ecosystem. And I'd like to ask you a question related to it. The Indian ecosystem is growing bigger and bigger, right? A lot of people claim that actually it's becoming very competitive, even with regards to Chinese, which becomes also booming. But it's also this one is becoming bigger and bigger and becomes more and more global. And applying especially the rule which we talked before during chatting and preparing for this interview about the rule of maximum output with minimum of resources. So could you please share with us here one example, because I'm always curiosity driven. I want to learn more about Indian ecosystem, how this rule became applicable in developing solutions in regenerative medicine field, considering the Indian, of course, innovative ecosystem.
So the virtue of having less resources and and putting out the maximum output out there. It actually comes from the fact that we didn't have resources to begin with. We didn't have the most advanced technologies out there to do breakthrough researches. But despite that, coming in the past years, biotechnology in India has grown tremendously. I mean, the first biotechnological educational institute was first in the 1980s. There was not much universities offering you biotechnology as an education. So it went from that to that was the basically where we were as a nation in biotech, and then it picked up by and now we've fast forward to 2024. India is right now in Asia number 3 when it comes to biotechnology, and in the entirety of the world it ranks at number 12. We have way to go, but that is quite a dramatic increase, I would say. And at the moment we have around 3,500 biotechnological companies, and it is suspected to grow to 10,000. That is quite a number. And I think when we're talking about financials, in
So it's
2020,
really accelerating. It's really
it's
accelerating
accelerating at a
growth.
high pace.
Yes,
Yeah,
in terms
and
of
there are
numbers.
several factors for it. Especially the government initiatives. The government started an initiative called Make in India that really picked up. There was also another initiative, Startup India, and another one was called Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which means Independent India Mission. So all of this catapulted the startups. They went from being small research groups to these validated research, and then moved on to become startup companies. And now some of them are really established companies in Indian and making changes in the whole industry. So yeah, so the government also really helped, and the population is huge. 60% of the population is youth, so there's a lot of brains that are available for these resources.
Yeah, good.
So you asked me for one fine example.
Yeah, if you
All the
could.
examples I can think of, one is a really good example is the company called ImmunoAct. It's a it was a spin-off company started by a faculty member from IIT Bombay, and his name is Mr. Rahul Purvar. What he did was he started this company which does CAR T cell therapies for 1/10 of the cost that currently is offered in the market. So if you were to get a CAR T cell therapy for cancer in Europe or US, you are spending a minimum of 400K. But I'm being very conservative here. Sometimes these numbers also go up till 600K, and then the hospital costs everything pile up to $1 million.
Yes.
99% of the population cannot afford this. Not even in the West.
Exactly.
And let alone other countries.
And in Holland, of course, when we discuss, of course, what's happening in Dutch ecosystem, I mean, I've been lately on the networking or seminar where the numbers were brought to at least $500,000 of euros for clinical trials. So we talk about very big numbers. Yes.
Yeah, very big numbers, and it does look like it's an only solution for the ultra rich, and that is not science.
Yeah.
So it is very promising that these guys have bought the price to 1/10. So if it is 400K, then they're doing it for the price of 40,000 euros.
Yes.
Dollars in this case. And how do they do? It's simple. They have bought everything under one roof. So they have their own R&D facility. They have their own manufacturing site. Everything is in-house. So that brings down the cost to significantly less, and they can actually help the people who are suffering.
Yes, and that's definitely the tip for other companies, including European companies or US-based companies, to cut the costs in a way, right?
Yeah, it is just an example to say it is possible.
Exactly, it's a proof of concept in India.
Yeah, it's a proof of concept, and they're right now working, I hope, to get the costs even lower, so the normal person in India can afford, because 40K is still a high number for an average Indian person. So I hope they could get it down, so more people can take use of this.
And also in Europe, that can really boost if we apply this type of example. This can really boost not only in India, but reflecting Indian expertise in it, right? And that they indeed prove that we can think about really bright future of personal medicine also for patients in worldwide, in Europe also, not only about poor countries or developing nations, but also European countries.
Yeah, so
great.
I'm
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, I also look really from this moment more brighter at the future of regenerative medicine, but also personalized medicine, implementing CAR T cell therapy. So third question, although I'd like to ask more and more since I have such fantastic guests, working currently as the commercial growth manager at Nestec Labs in Maastricht. And for those which are not from Netherlands, Maastricht is really a place of regenerative medicine. There's many companies, but also Merlin Institute playing an important role in developing regenerative medicine, biomaterials, stem cell based research, innovative research, but also there is, of course, we should not forget about RexMed. That's another important regenerative medicine institute developing innovative projects. So regarding your role working currently as a commercial growth manager in Maastricht, what is your favorite type of, and I will bring it here right away, a specific type of solution or product, sustainable solution, or maybe a product you work on? And we know that sustainability is really important nowadays in terms of innovation or developing innovative products or solutions.
So when it comes to the word sustainability, especially in the research field of cell culture, it has been not making so much noise. It has not been widely asked for, but researchers are aware of this fact that there needs to be more improvement when it comes to sustainability. When you ask for a product that is one of my favorites, that would be, I have it with me right here. It's called Feedlit.
Can you show it shortly?
Well, Feedlit is a simple adapter. It's right here, because you can see it. So most labs do their research in this 6-well plate.
Yes.
And what they do is they add the medium in each of these wells, and then they let the cells grow. Then they change the medium again, and it does come with a lid, but it's very flimsy. It's easily openable, and it lets contaminants in if you're not taken care of properly. We're human, that happens. So around 30% of the cell cultures are contaminated. That means they just go to the bin. There's a lot of material wastage and time. So what we can devise is, this is simple consumable. What we've done is you put it as a lid, and what it does is, through this valve, you let the medium in, and it pushes the medium into the 6 valves accurately and evenly, and then it's not open throughout the whole cell culture process. If you want to exchange the medium, you just vacuum it out of here, and then the medium is exchanged. And until the culture is grown, it is not being opened. And if you do want to see the cells grow or count the cells, you can put it on the microscope, and you can see here through the glasses, count it, and basically your valuable cells are protected and they're not exposed to the environment. And when it comes to the gaseous exchange part, there are tiny membranes here that allow the exchange of gases. So it's a very simple consumable. It's reusable.
Looks very, I would say, brilliant. Simple solutions sometimes are the best ones.
Exactly. So the idea is to give simple solutions that are reusable, that are sustainable, and it's non-cytotoxic. It's made from non-cytotoxic materials. So you don't have to compromise science for sustainability. Everything can be done, and that's why it's a simple product, but it does solve a lot of things.
Especially with contaminations, right, or long-term co-cultures. If we talk about, for example, stem cells, when co-cultures can take weeks, 3-4 weeks, or differentiation, for example, of iPS stem cells. So very, very, very nice product. So I'm really excited that you actually showed it to us, because that's always something really nice to show during the interview, that this is really happening. This is really, sustainability can bring really simple, brilliant solutions in terms of such products, because we still think about solution by producing or developing certain type of product. So thanks a lot, Heena. It was really a great pleasure to have you here. And I hope all the audience, which represents scientists, entrepreneurs, R&D managers from including Johnson Johnson company also. They are definitely going to take a look on it and perhaps develop successfully also some collaborations with your company.
Yeah, as long as it solves the problem.
Yeah. So that's also part of, I would say, advertising here, which I like to bring to empower also women like you, which are smart, brilliant, and very innovative. So thanks a lot. And hopefully there will be more interviews that we can talk about even more products and what is happening also in Indian ecosystem, because I hope that there will be a lot of companies also coming to Netherlands also and developing further their R&D pipelines or their products, and we can really learn more and more from Indian entrepreneurs here in Netherlands.
Oh, I'll be having a look out.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, so for those which would like to know about this company which we brought up, right, in terms of spin-off, we'll put it in the comments. But if you also have, if you guys watching us have more questions to Heena and would like to contact her or company, I think we can also, can we share your email with in the comments? So we will share the email, so you can also contact Heena directly regarding this exciting product, but also sharing her wonderful experience.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot. And I would like to again thank you and wish you have a nice day.
Thank you here as well. And I wish you a nice day as well.